Hey, I'm Joe Connolly with Steve Solosky, but he's really known as the traveling professor. Steve is a former SUNY professor.
That's right.
Who started his own business in a dream field for many people, travel. How did you become known as the traveling professor and build a business around it, Steve?
Okay, I taught mathematics and statistics at Nassau Community College for 32 years. And I needed a break from that. So what I did while I was still teaching, I traveled a lot. And I put together my notes. I'm a meticulous note taker. And people would ask me about my travels. And I'd go to continuing education programs and things like that.
And
speak about it. So they said, you should put your notes into the form of a book. So I wrote The Traveling Professor's Guide to Paris. And what happened then is, after people purchased my book, and I sold an unbelievable number of copies of that book, they wanted to come to Paris with me. They emailed me and say, Steve, when are you going to Paris next? I want to join you. So they would join me in Paris, and I would show them the City of Light.
For free now, or are you charging it
Well,
now?
At first for free, but then I ran my first tour for $999 about 12 years ago. And then I said, it's time to get out of the teaching racket. I took early retirement, and I started running tours, starting with Paris. Then we went to Italy. Then we went to Peru and Machu Picchu. Now we go to Iceland. We go to Norway. We go to Scotland. We go all over the place now.
You look like you're having a ball, and it's no stress, but that can't be the case.
Oh, there's no stress, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Owning your own business is plenty of work, but I really enjoy doing it, so I really can't say there's a lot of stress involved with it.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
Well, I like being my own boss. I think that's what it is. I like teaching. I had a great job in teaching. Being a college professor, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to put the skills that my life skills and my professional skills and my academic skills to work in a business. I have a business degree. So I started this business, and I looked at my assets. What are my assets? I was a college professor, which is a good credential to have. I have a business degree. I know how to lead groups of people. So I put all that together, and I started these tours, and it's worked out very, very well.
That's brilliant. That's a biographical business plan.
Yeah.
And you were still teaching when you did this and put these pieces together and said, wait a minute, I got a business here.
Well, I could only run 2 or 3 tours a year while I was teaching. I would do it during my breaks. But now it was going so well, I decided it was time to leave the teaching profession and get into this full time, which is what I'm doing now.
And how many times had you been to Paris, for instance, before you charged for your first tour?
Oh, probably 25 times.
Well, a lot of times.
Yeah. So every time we go to a new city, we have to do the research. So I go, we visit the cities, we put together the tours, then we offer them to our clients.
Now, how do you market? How do you get, what do you call them, guests, customers, clients?
Clients, travelers.
How do you get travelers?
Okay, so my main entry point is through my website. But travel is a very personal business. So once we make a contact through the website, I either call or meet with the clients. And once we have a client, we have that client for 6, 7, sometimes 8 trips. It's very, very important. So we make this a very personal business, and I think that's why we've been successful.
So you invest time in them because they are going to be a repeat for 6 or 7 or 8 times.
If you go on one of our trips, you'll see 70 to 80% of the people on our trips are return travelers.
So does this limit the growth of your business? I mean, it must. You can't clone yourself, but maybe you don't care too much.
I think I'm very happy with what I'm doing. Last year, we ran 14 trips. That's a lot of trips to do. It's a lot of time being on the road. I mean, this year so far, I've been to Iceland 3 times. I've been to Paris twice. We just got back from the Normandy invasion beaches. I've been to Scotland, and I've been to Peru and Machu Picchu.
But
it's a tough schedule.
As you say that.
Well, I'm happy
You're not
too.
like a business traveler going through O'Hare with a frown on his face.
Well, it's
you shined when you said that.
It's hard, and there's no better vacation for me than sleeping in my own bed. I can tell you that. It's hard work. I enjoy it, but when I get home and we take the summers off, I really enjoy myself with the time off too.
So now you're in your down season.
Yes.
Why? Because don't compete when everyone else is competing in the summertime. That's a good idea, actually. Take the summer off.
You know, I really don't want to travel in the summer myself either. It's crowded, it's expensive, it's a real hassle. I like to travel off-season in the spring or in the fall, and even in the winter now, you get much better value, there's a lot less crowds, and it's more fun.
Do you do aggressive marketing now, or you don't have to?
Well, I don't know what you mean by aggressive marketing.
Well, you're buying Google AdWords.
No, we don't do too much of that. We take a personal approach. We'll do trade shows. I like to appear on media. Radio's been very, very good for me. And we meet people. We meet people all over the place. We'll be on trips and we'll meet other people. And they see what we're doing, and they want to come on trips with us.
Do you have a wait list for some trips?
Some trips we do. We're sold out on some trips 14 months in advance. We're going to Croatia in the summer of 2019. We're sold out.
What's the most popular trip right now, recently?
It's always Paris. Is always our most popular trip. But what's coming up is very strong is Iceland, Peru, and Scotland. Everything's popular. People want to travel these days.
Do you buy the tickets for the guests, or do they make the reservations and meet you in the city?
So what we do is we'll put together an itinerary, we'll put together the hotels, we'll put together the tour guides, we'll put everything together except the airfare. So the travelers meet us in the city, and we take care of everything from that point on.
I love that idea.
It's
that
good.
Sounds like a smart idea.
People enjoy that. They don't want to.
And you enjoy it.
Yes, we do, but I mean, we're not on vacation when we're traveling.
But that way you're not a travel agent. I mean, booking flights for people.
Oh, booking flights is tough because there's so many things that can go wrong with a flight and that are out of my control. But if I'm booking hotels, I have the control of that. If I'm booking guides, it's in my control. So I'll do that. But airlines, we generally don't do, Joe.
Yeah, because I pick up on that because it's an example of doing what you're best at and doing not doing what you don't want to do, or which is not profitable, or which is a pain in the neck.
Right. Right.
And other people in the travel business like to do that, booking. And I know some, that's how they've made their living.
Yeah, no, we don't do that. I'm not a travel agent.
Right.
I'm what's called a tour operator. So we run the tours instead of booking individual tickets or for individuals. We'll do it for a group of 10 to 14 people.
That's small.
That's small, yes.
Where do you go with the business from here, next 3, 4, 5 years?
I think we're going to continue it. I'm in my 60s now. I think I'm going to continue it for another 2 or 3 years, the way it is now. And then I'll reassess from them. But I think we're going to slow down a little bit and maybe only do, instead of 14 trips a year, we'll cut down to 8 or 9. And we have such a loyal client base, it won't be any problem in finding people to travel with us. They trust us so much, and they'll go anywhere we recommend, which is really nice now.
And can you sell this business someday? Because a lot of businesses that you can sell really are a list of names.
Right. I don't know. If we could find the right people who want to take over this business, I think it would be a great business for someone. And we're not running it in the summer either. We're running only 14 tours. If I wanted to, I could probably run twice as many tours. So it might be good for someone else, but I think we're happy where we are right now.
It would be a dream business for somebody to buy who wanted to get into this niche and go high-end and buy a list of loyal customers who they know they're not going to lose.
That's right. I mean, we're high-end. We're not luxury high-end. We're definitely not budget.
Right.
But I think what we do best is we listen to our customers. Every year we survey our customers, and we listen to what they have to say, and we respond to that. And I think that's another reason why we've been so successful.
And maybe this has been pointed out to you. When I read your story, as I got to know you a little bit, it just screamed out to me that this is the same story as Tim and Nina Zagat.
It could be. I mean, they started a small business in their home, as I understand.
With a list of restaurants that friends said were good. Well, it was a mimeograph sheet.
Well, you know, it kind of is, because I remember when I first started, I just handed out to people a list of things I did in Paris, of restaurants you should go to, of things you should see. Then I gained credibility with the book, and the business pretty much started itself. And here we are now. We're very happy. We turn away people. We have waiting lists. It's really worked out very, very well.
As you can see, Steve has followed his passion and done brilliantly at it. Is there any advice you would want to give to somebody who may want to follow their passion, whatever it may be, Steve?
You know what? When I went into this business, the first thing I said to myself, I'm putting the customer first. And that's very important to us. And we found out that when we put the customer first, they keep coming back. And that's the core of our business. That's why we're successful.
Is that the teacher in you, or what allows you, makes you do that?
I'm just a determined guy. I mean, I put my mind to something. My business is very, very well thought out. Everything we do is for a reason. And that's the model we wanted to do. Put the customer first. We listen to our customers and we respond to our customers. And I think that's why we've been successful.
See, I've heard a lot of people say that. Everybody says put the customer first. Very few put their hand on the table like they mean it. I mean,
well, I mean it, yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
Great to know you. I'd follow you anywhere. Thank you,
Okay,
Steve.
Joe. Thank you.